it certainly cherishes the physicality, the tactile nature of inspiration, of stuff that has genuinely lifted our spirits in the darkest of times, and stuff that just makes us think more, that stimulates us more, and most of that is generated from a pre-digital world, shall we say. I think that thread, the idea of art being eternal rather than art being disposable, does run through the record.
Hello and welcome back to You Love Us. It's me, Phil, and Daz, back from Japan. Hi, Daz.
Had it, yes. Absolutely fantastic time there. I recommend going to Japan to anyone. And as a side note, I did find some Manics CDs there, the For Real series that came out a few years ago now with all the bonus B-sides and all that kind of thing. I was very excited to find those because they were really, really cheap.
Yeah, excellent. And now you're back in sunny old England.
Just looking out the window now and it just started raining.
Sod's law. So today is Resistance Is Futile, the 13th album, recorded November, December 2017, released in April 2018. 6 singles.
Crazy
number of singles.
We are in the digital age, though.
So it's downloads. Yeah.
But also Spotify was definitely around then.
Yeah.
And it was at the time which I read, when they started, you drop a track and then you drop another track later on, like a month later or something. I think 4 were released before the album.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you could do that. Yeah.
It's some feat. It's just I was absolutely gobsmacked when I looked down and saw 6 singles. It felt more like Michael Jackson releasing an album than the Manics.
But one physical, which we'll get to.
We will get to.
Yeah. But there's a lot that happened in between. Can I do a bit of a timeline?
Please do.
So it was a 4-year gap in between Futurology and this album. The band toured Everything Must Go in full, 2016. James released the soundtrack to The Chamber in 2017. The door to the River Studio opens as Faster is closed because it was sold, which is sad because I had that. Yeah. And the release of the great single Together Strong. Come on, Wales. Do you remember that?
I think it got further in the charts than they did in the competition.
It didn't chart.
No.
But apparently it went to number 1 in Wales. Funny about that.
Oh, right. So the Welsh record charts.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's much competition in that. Maybe a couple of Super Fairy Animals songs, The Alarm and Catatonia.
Yeah.
I don't know. By the band's own admission, this was an attempt to recapture the sound and feel of Generation Terrorists and Everything Must Go. But for some of the fans, it was a bit of a U-turn sonically, because we just had, as my brain goes completely blank on the name. Futurology. Thank you. Which was very krautrock, as we discussed last time, and it's almost swung round to light pop on some tracks to old sound.
As we've discussed before, they do. It's not always one for one, but they do an album for themselves, which is Futurology. Get it out of their system, and I'll happily quote that I was not really into it beforehand. I hadn't really given it the time. It's not that I didn't like it. After giving it, because it's a month in between podcasts, and I spend a lot of time with it, writing notes, doing research. Absolutely love it now. I absolutely love that record. Yeah. And so this has gone. So this is the other way. This is back for the charts. It got to number 2 in the charts. So it's more single.
Yeah, there's a bit of debate about why it finished at 2, because its physical sales all through the week leading up to the chart was number 1.
Yeah, all I read was 2. So I should have done a deeper dive, but I didn't. I just looked at the chart position because in those days you still get one or two.
Oh,
it's still not that hard to get high, and that it drops
yeah,
considerably. A lot of albums actually do that because everyone buys it in the first week, don't they? If you're a fan, you buy it in the first week. So yeah, and I did read that they wanted the album to be all singles, as no one listens to an album anymore. We'll get to racing on the album later, but I disagree with that.
I completely disagree with that. But maybe they should have caveated that comment with people of a certain age don't listen to albums anymore, because I think
that is true, because I do.
I do. Yeah.
Because it's a complete work of art. I can't wait for an album to come out. Sometimes I actually don't even listen to, because we're slaves to the algorithm where the single gets released. Hey, this had 4 beforehand, and a lot of bands still do that. And I try not to, because normally they're the 3 or 4 best songs. I don't want to ruin the experience, because they're not 1 through 4 on the album, are they? They might be track 1, 3, 7. So I'd rather listen to it as they, many bands have arguments of where tracks should go on the album, but it's weird they drop 4 tracks beforehand as 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd rather listen to it in the sequence that they...
Me too. It's a bit like trailers for a movie, isn't it? We do tend to find that with some films, all of the best bits are in the trailer. Yeah. And I'm a great one for, if I'm looking forward to a film, I don't watch the trailer.
I try not to. If I see the poster, because obviously we've got a tube stations here in London, they've got movie posters everywhere. And if I like the look of the poster, that should attract you. It really should. Someone out digital, where it moves and all that kind of thing. Pre that analog was a paper. You go, ooh, that looks good.
We've moved so far past it, you've forgotten the word paper. Well done, mate. Yeah. So, I
do find this album, just to finish off some early notes, this is the Manics doing the Manics, this album. Futurology was they needed to get out of their system, and this is just the Manics doing the Manics. It's the return of the strings. There's even some electronic drums on this. So
and one hell of a bass guitar part in one of the tracks as well.
Oh,
but we'll get to that, because I know we talked about Nicky's playing on Futurology was really strong. Yeah, there's one track on. Well, it's actually on the album, or is it one of the? I think it's one of the additional tracks where he's got an absolutely storming bass line in it.
Okay, well, I can't wait, because listeners of this, we do not cross-reference our notes beforehand.
We do not.
No, I think is good.
Which is evident by the fact that sometimes we repeat ourselves. So, starts off with People Give In. Now, I'm gonna repeat myself ad infinitum about this. If you don't get the first track right, it's always a struggle for the album. Okay?
Agreed.
And I don't think People Give In was a number 1 track.
Okay. I'm going to semi-disagree with that, but I'd like to hear your...
I just think that International Blue would have been a better track 1. Yeah, I think it would have been a more exciting... You come off the back end of Futurology, you've got some nice up-tempo tracks in there. I just think it would have been better with International Blue as the first track.
So part of my notes for International Blue, which is track 2, by the way, I put, if People Give In did not exist, this would easily be the opening track.
There you go.
Because International Blue is such an opening track.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It is.
But I just feel, so I said, I like the gentle start to the song. Then when the song kicks in around the 40-second mark, with the strings and, then JBD with his, very urgent vocals. I think when you do a podcast like this, you are listening to the album repeatedly, and you hear different things, and maybe a song that you thought was, it's okay, becomes a lot better.
Yeah.
And I kind of get why they put this as the first track, because it's very gentle and that kind of thing. And then it doesn't overstay its welcome, and then it kicks into International Blue.
Yeah.
And I just went, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it, because I don't think People Give In could really exist anywhere on the album. I know that's kind of easy to say that it's number 1, you know, in an alternate universe, it might be 7. I'd probably be saying a different thing. But I do see your point, and I did think early on, I went, how is International Blue not the first track? Because it is that is one of the most manic songs ever, you know, and it is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I would wholeheartedly agree with you. I think for me, People Give In is almost trying a bit too hard to be a Design for Life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not sonically, but just in the spirit of the song. And I don't know. And it's the thing about subjective listening, isn't it? I'll hear one thing, you'll hear something else, and then somebody else will hear something else. But yeah, I don't know. You know, it's number one. They chose it. That's fine by me. But I would have done it the other way around.
I do actually like this song. At first, it was just, you know, let's get to the better song. When I first bought the album, I went, that's cool. It's not that I don't like it. I don't hate it. It's kind of it kind of exists, doesn't it? Yeah. But in the last month, 5 weeks, it's just like I kind of get it, because it's kind of like an intro into International Blue, and so I kind of like it. There's a one part, so there's a little bit of studio trickery on this album, not too much. But on repeated listens, you do hear little nuances and things like that. Yep. So there's this backward drum sound at the 3:25 mark. I just went, it's just brilliant. Like, it doesn't exist anywhere else on the album, on the track. I just, like, you can just see them. Well, it's probably Nicky just going, let's just reverse.
I think there's lots of evidence again in this album that Sean's enjoying himself.
Yeah. Maybe it was Sean who just said, can we just reverse it? And it's only for a few seconds. To be fair. I think that's... It's really good. Yeah. So they did tour this album, not for long, but this is one of the songs that got played. Now, only about half got played, and I'll mention each one as we get to it. So I can see it, but it was never the opening track of that set list. So there you go. Sort of contradicts what I'm saying. It needs to be the first track.
it's not a live first track by any stretch of the imagination.
No, well, so I find it weird how they work out set lists is, you know, because the sequence on an album, you know, they argue about it for months, don't they? Weeks. You know, no, that's going. But track number one is rarely the first track, is it? Like, it's, you know, like this one was like buried at like later on sometimes, like track number 12 or something. It's like, okay, if you want. It seems weird because it's just that kind of gentle beginning, and it kicks into it, which is what I like. It's just, I think if you've had a few rock tracks and then you play this, I'd be going, oh, you're playing this song, okay. I
think the thing when you listen to it at home, listening to an album at home is normally like a very personal experience, unless your partner likes the same music as you. But in a concert, you've got to get that crowd attention immediately, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you would tend to pick up a bigger song to start with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I did read one last note. Nicky Wide described this as one of the most open and honest lyrics he has ever written.
Yeah.
So it's a realistic acceptance of aging and the mundane reality of life, which is kind of the overall concept of this album.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Yeah. So we jump into International Blue, which is an absolute stonker.
An obvious first single. Obvious.
It's balls to the floor. It's everybody turn everything up to 11 and let's just have a bloody good go at it. You know,
did you buy the vinyl? So it came out on 7-inch, as I said, physical. It was released on blue vinyl. Who would have thought this came out on blue vinyl?
Well, there you go.
What do we call it? They called it International Blue Vinyl.
It's a bit of an obvious marketing ploy, that really, isn't it?
Oh, it's cool. And I bought it. So, yeah. Did you know it was number one on the vinyl charts, but did not chart at all in the singles charts?
That's strange,
which I find weird, because physical media back then still wasn't a thing. Like the singles charts completely gone. It was all digital. It was probably downloads then as well as streaming.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, well, number one is a number one.
And I think that's what you got to take from that, because the actual physical sales to get a number one had fallen to such low numbers.
It was sad. It was sad.
Yeah.
So, I know I've mentioned this before. Used to work at HMV 20 years ago. People used to line up. So Monday was either Monday or Friday was new release. No, it was Monday back then. Now it converted to Friday to make it worldwide, blah, blah, blah. People used to line up. We used to open at 10 and people lined up because back then it was the CD1, CD2 and 7-inch.
Yeah.
And the first week I remember if you bought them all together it was £3. And it was wow. It was insane because all those limited edition 7-inches like Arctic Monkeys and things like that, they would sell like crazy. Yeah.
And now
people bought them.
And now everyone's just got a playlist with digits, ones and zeros in it,
which they don't have to pay for.
Well, they pay a fraction of, don't they?
Yeah. Well, you can still get the free version of Spotify. So
yeah. So then we move on to Distant Colours. For me, Distant Colours. This is the track with the bass line. I've just read my notes properly. In the chorus, if you listen carefully on the chorus, Nicky's having a whale of a time. He really is having a whale of a time. And I think this, for me, is a song that lives in the chorus. I think the verse is okay.
Well, did you know this is completely a James lyric?
Ah.
Yeah, so it's about the political landscape at the time. So I don't want to say it, but Brexit happened in 2016. So because there's a lyric, I no longer know my left from my right.
Yeah.
So James is obviously pissed about something, and wrote the lyric. And good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him. Yeah. I like this. It's similar to People Give In with the slower kind of start, the build up.
Yeah.
And it's got the classic, kind of manic sound. There's a lot of strings. I got to say, it's such a beautiful song because JBD, he's giving it his all on this track.
Yeah.
The man's 49 or 50, and his voice is still very strong. Amazing. To high five to James about this song. Great song.
And 8 years later, his voice is still as strong.
I know, it's great.
Yeah, I think we might be getting near a couple of tracks that you and I might disagree on.
Okay, they also played this song live in 2018, obviously as they did with International Blue.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: the only one still played in the last 8 years is International Blue.
Wow,
for obvious reasons. So,
yeah,
which is sad because there's some great tracks on this album, and we'll get to them. But it's just because I think if you're a band of the caliber of Manic Street Preachers, you only play like 18 to 21 songs a night, and there's some songs you have to play, and sadly a lot miss out.
Yeah. Vivian.
Here we go.
I love this song. I knew we were going to disagree.
You talk first.
I just I don't know what it is about it. There's the guitar part in it. It's just classic Manics guitar part.
It is so cheesy. It is. I like 80% of this song. The 20% is that guitar. Like when it kicks in, Vivian. I've never liked it.
I think it's they're not parodying themselves. They're not imitating themselves. Yeah. I just think they're just having an absolute bag of fun with this song, and I think that they can be accused of being an overly serious band at times.
Yeah.
And I think this is just a pop song that they wrote, and they went, "Oh, come on, we haven't done a song which is like a love song."
I just feel the guitar part is lazy because there's many more songs in this album where the guitar tone is just you've never done that before, and it's just James just somehow comes up, with original ideas. It's amazing. So there's some studio trickery on this album. So we've got the camera shutter noises, and it's not the first song about a photographer. So obviously Kevin Carter. But they didn't use sound effects on that. On that, they actually voiced them. Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Do you know who the Vivian is?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it's Vivian Mayer, so Maier.
Ah, yes, I did know it was Vivian Mayer.
So it's like a mini biography to her. So she was a secretive American street photographer whose body of work was entirely unknown until it was discovered in storage lockers. You know, the song pays tribute to her isolation, and her preference to remain hidden behind the camera lens. So she was like, you know, I mean this in all due respect, she was a nobody. She wasn't known in the photography world, but now I can't remember if it was just before or after her death, but someone found the photos in this storage unit and just went, "Oh my God!" So she became quote unquote famous, well known after that. So that's why I like the Manics. You know, they'll sing about this, and that's how I learn stuff. You know, because Manics is one of the few bands I'll actually dive deep into the lyrics.
Yeah, well, it's like Lee said in the last episode. You know, if it gives you homework, it makes you think a little bit more. You know, it's certainly not Barbie Girl, is it?
No. Shout out to Lee. Thanks for
thanks
5 weeks ago, getting up at 3 a.m.
I know. I love the cheesy guitar. I just love the cheesy guitar because for me, I know he's a guitar god and I know he's really, really, really focuses on tone. But the fact he just sounds like he turned the amp on and just turned the gain up a little bit.
I'm not sold. One final note I had. So this is the Anchoress's first appearance on the album with backing vocals. But more of her in the next track.
Are we going to disagree on this one as well? Oh, God. Okay, so Dylan and Caitlin is next with a duet with the Anchoress.
Not a Manic song. This is an Anchoress song who has the Manics as the backing band. That's all I'll say. I'm not saying it's a bad song. It does not fit on this album whatsoever.
Yeah, I will agree with you. I will say it's not a Manic song, it's an Anchoress's song, but it is a bloody good song.
She has an amazing voice.
She does.
Get me wrong.
And if you listen to her,
Manic song.
if you listen to her solo work, it is astounding. Yeah. But I think the thing for me is this is one of these rare occasions where Nicky's writing isn't about himself.
True.
He's picked two characters and written a story about those two characters. So that's what I like about the story of the song. Yeah. But yeah,
and of course, those two characters are the self-destructive marriage of the legendary Welsh poet Dylan Thomas and his wife Caitlin McNamara. You know, and it's specifically focusing on how they saved and destroyed each other in equal measure.
Yeah, and I just love it. It's a massively important song. I was unfortunately quite unwell when this album came out, and this album, for its pluses and minuses, has a real special place in my heart because it was on almost constant loop for about 3 weeks. So it's another string heavy song, which is throughout this whole album, to be fair. Yeah, and it's what the Manics have used, especially in the latter part of their career. Yes, it's in some of their early stuff. Yeah. Interesting fact that it was performed a handful of times with the Anchoress. It was,
in concert. Yeah. But I was looking at setlist.fm, and they played. So 2 examples. They played the Meltdown Festival in June, and which is the one curated by Robert Smith, and the Beautiful Days Festival in August 2018. So the Anchoress joined them on stage, but they only played Your Love Alone, which, if you remember, I said she should play on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Little Baby Nothing, but not Dylan. There was a Welsh festival where she did perform the vocals on this, on Dylan and Caitlin, yes. But just going through Setlist FM, the majority was actually Your Love Alone, Little Baby Nothing. Yeah, and sometimes Dylan and Caitlin. Which I find weird.
Yeah. Maybe it's that back to the tempo of the song, the feel of the song didn't fit within the set list.
Or this album.
All right, moving on to song.
Look. Now let's just say, I know we'll get comments about that, but no, I'll say it again. It sounds to me like an Anchoress song with John Jameson and Bradfield as a guest. It just doesn't feel like a Manic song, and for me, it's just breaks up the album. If you took this off, I think this album is absolutely fantastic.
I would agree.
Voice. She is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I would agree that it's.
Yeah, I've seen her in concert. Seen them in concert.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, it doesn't suit the flow.
Okay, so you take Dylan and Caitlin off the album. I take Liverpool Revisited off the album.
Wow, it's one of the singles as well.
Oh God, it's such a meh song for me. Cracking guitar solo in it. Yeah.
First note for me. Great track, so catchy. Here we go. Another single and an obvious choice as well.
Yeah, not for me. And I think maybe coming from, very close to Liverpool, it gets a bit hammered down your throat a little bit.
Okay.
And Nicky wrote this after a day out in Liverpool with his Polaroid camera.
That is very it's fully Nicky. So music and lyrics. So and they played this album as well in 2018.
Yeah.
You don't like the whoa whoa whoas?
No.
Okay. You do know the subject matter of this song? Yeah, it's a moving tribute to the Hillsborough disaster.
It is, and that in no way, me not liking it is not dissing that for God's sake. It doesn't gel with me at all, that track.
Fair enough. You're wrong, but yeah.
And you're wrong about Dylan and Caitlin, so there you go.
Yeah, I because now I've absorbed it for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I find this kind of a sequel to SYMM. This is my truth.
Yeah.
So
I get that. I think there's quite a few songs on here which are sequels or prequels, and I'll get to one in a bit which is almost definitely a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the deluxe edition, the CD, obviously comes with a bonus disc, and they're all demos and 2 bonus tracks, which we will get to later.
We will do.
Unless you're in Japan, where you get more, which would
be one of us is going to emigrate out there, aren't we? So,
so interesting. The demo does not have the whoa whoa woes.
Yeah,
but I feel the whoa whoa woes give the song the identity.
That's a production decision.
Yeah,
production decision. Yeah.
I wonder if that was Nicky going, "Give me the whoa whoa woes, James." Nicky, I know you're listening. Let us know. Comments.
Do let us know where the whoa whoa woes came from, please, before I lose any more friends. Sequel to Forgotten Wars. This is just a Manics track through and through and through.
I love this track.
I almost said a very bad word then. It is a stonking track.
It is a stonking track. I have 2 words. Cow bell.
Yeah. It's just.
I love it.
The lyrics are great. The playing is great. The tone is great.
It is such a cool riff. I said before, James, I wish I was a guitarist to really understand. He clearly sleeps with his guitar, because you'd probably, like Eddie Van Halen, you sleep with it, you wake up with it, and I know you can't come up with every idea for the first or second album. You come up with a lot later. There's pedals, different guitars, and all that kind of stuff. But how do you come up with this riff 30 years, whatever years into their career? It's just nuts, and I applaud him for it. A classic, cool riff. I love the guitar.
Yeah,
the classic rock guitar vibes.
Totally.
Okay, I said I'm not a guitarist, but I swear this has the tone of a Flying V guitar. Now, you're a guitarist.
Possibly.
Prove me wrong. I'm happy to be proved wrong.
Possibly it's a Flying V, but a Flying V is just...
Because it's got that kind of...
It's a twin humbucker guitar. So, like a Les Paul is a twin humbucker, and he plays Les Paul predominantly. Sort of white.
It could be a pedal. It could be something else.
Yeah.
But it's kind of got that little bit of fuzz, just like a little bit of distortion to it that just gives it this hum. And I go, oh, I've heard that before. But love it. Whatever it is, awesome. Yeah.
I would agree with you there wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
It's nice to get back on the same page with you, mate, because I was feeling a bit paranoid then.
It's my one last note. It's my equal favourite song from the album. Yeah.
Okay. Hold Me Like a Heaven, which we'll talk about now, and we'll talk about later as well. I really do like the song. I think it's a great song. but it does remind me of if you tolerate this. Yeah, they said
I didn't get that vibe. Okay.
Yeah, they're talking about trying to get back to the sound of Everything Must Go in Generation Terrorist. I think this is where they've pretty much pinned Everything Must Go in this track. Yeah.
I think this is an absolutely for a low tempo, slower song. I think it's such a great track. James sings it so beautifully. So how he sings it is just perfect for this song. You know.
I would agree.
Another song with woes. Now I read that James Bradfield hated the woes on this track, but they couldn't get the chorus to work, so they added them in. Yeah, this was another single as well, by the way.
Yeah, and you couldn't tell that they couldn't get this song to work because it sounds like them working at optimum levels because it's so well crafted.
Yeah,
the space between the instruments it's just beautifully done.
Yeah, good call. Good. But they're not a band who does the woes. Well, they're just not a band that played.
They're not.
That does that kind of thing. So, this was played on the tour in 2018. Did you know this is the last song recorded for the album, and the drums are a loop as Sean didn't have time to finish the drums.
Ah.
Yeah. So if you listen closely, you will notice that. Yeah. And also, while I'm definitely more on the side of when they write a guitar track, this has to be one of my favorites, more slower, somber tracks. Something like "Spectators of Suicide." Is another example. So this is great. I think James's singing makes this track before the instrument's melody and all that.
Definitely. I think it's what's called in the pocket. It's his voice. The whole production leaves that perfect space for his voice to sit.
Yeah,
and he uses that perfectly. He doesn't force his voice at all into it. It's an amazing track.
Yeah, there was actually a music video for this as well.
I think there was. I think I remember that.
Yeah. Directed by Kieran Evans. The theme is built around a mood Evans calls widescreen melancholy. So it directly reflects the song's lyrical inspiration and the poetry of Philip Larkin. So there you go.
Right.
And the narrative, it's filmed in Wales, by the way. You can tell as well. The narrative explores memory, aging, and looking back at your younger self, using older photos and striking visual imagery to evoke a bittersweet sense of time slipping away, which is the entire theme of the album, to be fair. So,
totally.
Yeah. I don't think Nicky likes getting older. I don't think any of us like getting older.
I think they were at that point in their careers and maybe in their lives where getting older they hadn't quite accepted that inevitability yet.
Denial.
Because now, if you look at them 8 years later, they're much more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because they've seen how well they've aged, both musically and as
Nicky
people.
Looks awesome. He, not to say the others don't, but
he
short
hasn't aged.
Amazing beard, by the way.
Yeah.
He looks so good.
Yeah.
He looks so good.
Yeah. He looks really comfortable in his skin.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's this. He's at that age now where he's gone. Yeah, getting older isn't that bad.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. In Eternity next. Another song that sits more in the chorus for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I love the synths throughout this track, especially at the beginning and then around the 125 mark. It's quite haunting. They've never really done these synths before. Great. Then the chorus kicks in with James's guitars and this thumping drums by Sean.
Yeah.
Sean, it is really what the Manics do well.
It is. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Did you know this is a elegy to David Bowie? They don't.
Yes, I remember them saying that they were trying to write a Bowie-esque song.
Yeah.
And was it Ashes to Ashes?
Correct.
Yeah,
well
Ashes
done.
to Ashes, yeah.
So they never mention him, but the lyrics paint clear pictures of his shape-shifting legacy and career transition. So there's a lyric: close the curtains in LA, open them up on a Berlin day.
Right.
Yeah, and obviously the synths are very Bowie, Berlin heavy, heavy.
Yeah.
Because he was an early innovator of technology as well.
He was.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's a little hangover from futurology as well, when they were actually in Berlin, and the Iggy Pop, Bowie influences washing
I
over.
agree. The synths was probably in the corner still,
Yeah.
So you were mentioning a bass line, a bass part. This is the bass part that I thought you were talking about, but you're not. And so there's a bass, the bass at the 330 mark.
Yeah.
He just goes boom, boom. And it's quite loud in the mix, and it's not in any part. And so, I love these little quirks in songs.
Little accents.
It doesn't appear any other
Yeah.
time in the album, but it just goes boom, boom. And I just went, that's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah. Just thought I'd mention that.
You're really picking up on those this time. That's really good.
Yeah.
Broken Algorithms, another storming song. Foot to the floor, let's go for it. Feels a little bit gold against the soul to me, which is no bad thing. It's not a criticism. With Sean having an absolute blast on the drums, because he's all over the kit all the way through this track, and JDB emulating his faster solo in the middle eight. I
actually said a very Generation Terrorist era track. So there you go.
Right, yeah. There you go. Well, we're not a million miles apart, are we?
No. I feel it's a return to their early aggressive 90s rock style. Lyrically, it targets how tech corporations' data mining and algorithms capitalize on human emotion, flattening art and reducing complex human identities into predictable consumer art. We are slaves to the algorithm, as I said earlier. It's definitely more classic rock vibes. That intro lets you know what this song has in store for you, and that guitar riff is so infectious. My God, and it's got your favorite. It's got the tom rolls.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Sean's like,
during the guitar solo, you can hear another guitar underneath, providing a bit more rhythm. I don't know if you picked that up. I just went, oh, there's another guitar there. So, and there's actually one of the lyrics that stood out to me. They say lipstick traces, obviously a throwback to the past, which is in this album as well. And of course, being the 2003 compilation, which Nikki, I know you're listening. Reissue that on vinyl, please.
Immediately. Record store day next, please.
Yeah, please do so. So this is my other favorite
track on it. Yeah.
I think this is we're up to track 10.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite tracks.
And they're still pushing out quality tracks, even to the
end. Amazing.
Yeah.
Interesting, the demo is a bit of a solo electric, because normally most of his demos are acoustic. Him on an acoustic. So this is interesting that it's a solo electric.
Yeah. A song for the sadness. What a great guitar song this is.
It was a song that kind of hit me a lot later.
Yeah.
I said a great deep cut, and it definitely shows the album is not front loaded.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've gone to quite long lengths to actually make sure that they've spread the quality out this time.
Yeah.
And that was most probably why they had such a hard time getting the track listing right.
Yeah. A favorite part of this track is the song. Sorry, the title track. Sorry, he sings. He sings the title track, then it's followed by this really nice 3 to 4, second kind of guitar riff. I just really love that bit. There's something about it that I picked up on, probably my 15th listen, and I just went, oh, isn't that really nice? So that's songwriting. That is songwriting. It's just and I'll say it again. James E. Bradfield's voice is sounding so strong.
Very strong
on this track. Yeah,
very strong.
Did you know it references other songs in the chorus? Did you pick up on the lyrics?
So
it mentions Islands in the Stream and In the Ghetto and Walk the Line. So going back, nostalgic, whatever you want to call it. But a great deep cut. This is such a fantastic song.
Yeah, and a lesser band would have moved that right up the list. A band that didn't have as much confidence and as much belief in their audience would have moved it right up to the front. And here we arrive at the moment.
We're at the end.
The Left Behind, and here he comes again, riding on his
Nicky's here.
on his great double bass to come and give us a sterling vocal line, and it's Mr. Wire again.
I've got to say, like, he is really sounding great on this track.
Yeah,
like you can tell he really means what he's singing.
Yeah.
I feel, not to say he wasn't on the others, like Wattsville Blues is whatever, but this track, because I'm really listening to the way he sings, and I just went, he really means it on this one. Like there's something about this particular track that he feels it. He feels it, that the lyrics he's singing. Yes, he wrote it, but he really means it.
Yeah.
And this could only be a closing track as well.
Yeah, and I think there's maybe a bit more confidence in him in his. He's never going to be a front man. He's never going to be a lead singer. No, but you can hear more confidence in his delivery. Yeah, he's more comfortable.
Yeah, I know his singing style. We've talked about it before, but this time, he sings in this low melancholic, more of a murmur. It's still singing. It's a murmur, Yeah. Other times, it's a bit. It's okay to listen to, but I feel this song is just the way he sings it. And for me, it serves as an ultimate summary of the album's title, Resistance obviously is Futile, addressing the deep-seated fear of cultural and generational obsolescence, watching the world change so fast that you are simply waiting to be left behind.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Is it Nicky's best Manics vocal performance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Easily. Even more than Journal for Plague Lovers, which was about Richie. The last song, yeah,
I think it's a very, very good stand-up track. I think as a whole album, I think it works really, really well. Apart from my reservations about people being the opening track, I think by the time you get to the end, you've felt that entire journey, and it's the theme across the album stays there. It's consistent.
Yeah.
So it's a well written and well presented album.
Like some rock, there's some somber songs, but that's always been them, But I feel the lyrical theme, is about gracefully aging and accepting it. I feel, it's miles different than Futurology.
Oh, it's
miles
different scale. Scale.
For a latter day album, it's right up there. Like it's such a great record. I gotta be honest, I haven't spent a hell of a lot of time with this album. Of course, I've listened to it. I bought the vinyl only last year.
Yeah.
I've had it on. I bought the CD yonks ago. I listened to it, but I know I've said before that there's some albums that you listen to a lot.
Of course.
There's others in the middle you go, oh, I only listen to them a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's ones at the end.
Yeah.
Where you probably listen to once or twice a year. Yeah. And others I'll listen to 20, 30 times a year.
Yeah.
Plus your entire collection of non-manic stuff anyway. So, but I feel this isn't too far off Postcards of a Young Man, because it's definitely more of a pop album with singles. But I've actually really enjoyed Resistance more than Postcards of a Young Man. I've got to be honest. I think I've rediscovered it. Because I'd probably only listen to this once or twice a year.
Yeah.
But I know there's other albums that are just so much better. But the journey I've had the last 4 or 5 weeks, diving deep, I've thoroughly enjoyed this album, much like Futurology. I'm glad I'm schooled. Yeah. I'm glad I'm schooled.
Me too. I think Futurology, I was always comfortable with this album because I listened to it so much when it came out, and since then, I think I was well and truly schooled on Futurology. I think Lee brought a dimension to that album for me.
Yeah.
Which I hadn't truly considered. I don't think I'd given it enough of a chance or listened hard enough.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that it's almost like an experimental album in some elements.
It
is. I just wonder what would have happened if they'd done Futurology 2.
They can't.
I know they can't now. I think it's too late now. But if they'd followed it up with another experimental album,
it wouldn't have worked.
No, sequels very rarely work, do they?
No.
So, but it could have been interesting, but I think it would have alienated quite a lot of the fan base.
Yeah.
Because, like I said before, one for us, one for them, one for us, one for them. And this is definitely where the one for them works. It's no Rewind the film, is it?
No. No. My thoughts on that album.
We were harsh to that. God, that poor album. It's like the poor bastard child left outside in the rain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never go back to that album. But I tried. I tried, everyone.
I know you did, yeah.
Can't like everything from your favourite band.
So, extra tracks.
We had some
remixes,
extra tracks.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned earlier, there was the deluxe edition, which they've done for a few albums now, has all the demos and normally 2, 3, 4, 5 extra tracks. This had 2. Yeah. And those lucky Japanese, which I'll get to, got more. Okay, so Concrete Fields. It's so this was only on the UK. Sorry, this was available on the UK and Japanese.
Okay.
A very Nicky solo sounding track. It's, once again, nostalgic ridden. It's about the changing of the natural Welsh landscape with industrial decay and urban sprawl, things like that. So clearly, it was on his walk around, much like Liverpool Revisited.
Yeah,
that he just went, everything's changing. Now there's an office block going up where it was just green earlier. So look, it's a cool track. I see why it was hidden down on the bonus track. It's cool. It's cool. Okay. We've got many of these tracks already in the album. This is maybe track 13 that recorded, and it's like, let's put it on the bonus.
Yeah. I thought to myself, is it possible that this is Nicky as a teenager, schoolboy just about to leave school, and this is the prequel to A Design for Life? So he can see that the environment's changing around him. You can see all of this, the industrialization, the decay of the natural industry in Wales. And then when he becomes a grown man and he finds his own strength, he moves into Design for Life, and Library Gave Us Power.
I like that.
And that's what I got from that song. And I know it's an additional track, but it just felt to me that it was the same voice, but much younger, and noticing the change.
I like that. That's actually really cool. And it'd be cool to interview Nicky and ask him that question.
Yeah, wouldn't it be just? That'd be a really great. I thought, that'd be really, really good. And it'd make a hell of a movie as well. True.
Next song, a soundtrack to Complete Withdrawal. Now, I'm wondering if this is such a Manics title, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it just?
What came first? Yeah.
Oh, definitely the title came first. Definitely.
So this is the final track on the deluxe edition, the one we got here. Acting as a beautiful sonic exclamation point to the album's overall philosophy.
Yeah.
Like just a soundtrack to Complete Withdrawal. It's about the act of completely unplugging from the chaos of the digital world and retreating into isolation. Musically, it feels, I think, closely connected to futurology, because it's very synth-driven. It's got that kind of European electronic textures, that evoke 1980s, 70s German music. So
I'm going to disagree with you ever so slightly there. It's definitely 80s.
Yeah.
I've got it more as a John Carpenter soundtrack. The film director.
Oh, I know him. I love.
Who wrote all of his own soundtracks
from New York?
Yeah, he wrote all of his own soundtracks, and that's why the majority of them are fairly simple.
Yeah,
because it's all synths and noises, and this feels like a John Carpenter soundtrack as the music. I think the guitar on it is fantastic when it jumps in, and it's a definite, which pitches it in the 80s, as towards the end there's a really heavy flanger, which is an effects pedal for a guitar, which puts this kind of like wave swooping like that over the guitar. But I think it's 80s. It feels like John Carpenter to me.
Yeah. Well, I love his stuff.
Me too.
Escape from New York,
which they're about to remake.
Big Trouble.
Yeah,
I heard that. No,
that's awful.
Don't do it.
Please don't do it, but they will, because they don't know how to write new films anymore.
It's true.
Yeah.
True. All right, so we've got Holding Pattern. So this is originally the B-side to International Blue, and included on Japanese deluxe edition. Obviously, you can tell from the title it's an aviation term, you know, for an aircraft circling whilst waiting for permission to land. For me, it captures the feeling of stagnation and paralysis, you know, being stuck in limbo while waiting for the world, you know, to spin out of control. It's kind of a metaphor for modern life, endless waiting, unable to move forward or make decisions, things like that. So, look, it's an okay track. It's a definitely a B-side. So things like that.
I think it's a B-side for another album. Again,
interesting. Which album?
Gold Against the Soul. It's a Guns N' Roses guitar, all over it. Yeah,
it's good. It's good. I'm glad it exists. Glad it exists. Next song is Mirror Gaze, so another Japanese bonus track, and I think this is a hidden gem. It's inspired by Nikiwai's experience of looking in the mirror and confronting the realities of aging, which we've mentioned before. It's one of the more muscular rock tracks from the Resistance Is Futile, you know, driven by this 70s classic rock riff, and I love this track as well.
And I think James has had an absolute field day with this track.
Yeah. I think he knew it was going to be quote unquote a B-side.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, I don't think it's a throwaway. You know, the Japanese only got it. It wasn't available here in the UK. Yeah. So sometimes, you know, when the Japanese, they normally, you know, being a collector for a long time, Japanese always got bonus tracks.
Yeah.
And look, some of them were just put on there. You can just tell, look, we've got an hour to record a B-side for Japan. Let's just do it. Well, I think they've actually put some effort into this song.
Yeah,
so,
I think there's nice references in it. I think the guitar riff when it opens is very Thin Lizzy, you know, with the harmonized guitars.
I agree.
And then I think it's about 3/4 of the way through, maybe just past the middle. You've got like a Supertramp piano in there.
All right, I don't know much about Supertramp apart from the obvious couple of tracks.
Yeah,
I got the Thin Lizzy. Mate.
Yeah, it's very Supertramp in the middle, which is great because it just adds a little bit of variety, not what you're expecting. But great track, love it.
Next one, International Blue. Now this is the Bluer Skies version.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to expect from this. So this is an acoustic reinterpretation by James, but I find this actually quite interesting. It's more interesting than, say, a straightforward acoustic version. Like when I used to collect, you know, the CD1, CD2 and the vinyl and all that kind of stuff back in the day, you always got an acoustic version. And you can tell they just went, we need a B-side, let's put out the acoustic version.
Let's just strum a few chords.
But I can tell that he is finger-picking on this. Yeah, and for me, the finger-picking approach gives the song a lighter, more textured feel. You know, so kudos to him for doing that. So do I need to listen to it again? Probably not. But you know, I just found that a more interesting version of it. You know, given the bombasticness of the album version. So
I think it's, for me, because we're going to talk about 2 remixes next, but I think it's preferable to the remixes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the remixes, Hold Me Like a Heaven had 2 remixes. The first one is the Warm Digits remix. Now, this one is built for the dance floor. Whilst the other one is not, and we'll get into that. So, so it replaces much of the original rock framework with a pulsing sort of synth-heavy groove. You know, it's full of electronic, the bleeps and bloops and rhythmic momentum. You know, what do you feel about this song?
I don't. I think it works in parts, but there's other parts where there's too much of a disconnect between where James's voice is going and where the synths go.
Yeah,
it's almost as if it's the wrong chord. It's not, but it's just not gelled enough. So it almost feels like they've written a dance track and they've gone, what song is in the right key? And they've got James's vocal and banged it on top. I don't think it's very elegant the way it's done.
So there's an interesting backstory. The remix came about through Twitter. So Sean Moore was a fan of Warm Digits. Sean does not strike me as a fan of of music, and he publicly praised their work. So the Newcastle synth duo contacted him directly, offered a remix, and the band liked the results so much that they released it as an official single. So I'm okay
what do I know?
Yeah, you can. It is on Spotify, this one as well. Both
and Apple Music as well.
Apple Music. The other one is called Public Service Broadcasting Remix. So this is considerably more minimalistic and stripped back than the Warm Digits version.
Definitely.
For me, it creates a haunting and atmospheric mood, places greater emphasis on the space around James's vocals. So it's kind of more cinematic in approach, reflecting public service broadcasting signature style. So, what's your thoughts on
that? That is exactly my thought. Exactly my thought is that it's limited by the fact it sounds too much like public broadcasting.
Yeah. Well, in 2017, James guest vocaled on their track "Turn No More."
Yes.
So maybe this is you've done one for us, we'll do one for you.
We'll do one for you.
Yeah. So it's just less concerned with the dance floor and more focused on atmosphere and emotional resonance. So when they say remix, I think some people think remix it's this banging dance beat. But,
I think this is more of a reimagining than a remix.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer this over the Warm Digits. I just find that a bit too generic on that dance. Now it's 10 years old. I only discovered it not that long ago. I just went, cool, but it just sounds like kind of everything else from around then.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. So we were spoiled by this album with some bloody good tracks and some
amazing
additional okay remixes. The fact that it had 6 singles on it shouldn't have been a red flag. I think for a lot of albums it would be a red flag.
Yeah,
but I think
I wish they'd play more of this album because, for me, this is, and I probably said it for another album. This is kind of a forgotten album. It is like Futurology was never had a tour. Yeah, so a couple of tracks got played, but it is kind of forgotten. Let's be real. Yes, the fans will know it. Probably screaming at me right now, but this is such a great record, and I love Motorcycle Emptiness. Do not get me wrong. I know they've got to play it, but play Broken Algorithms. Instead. Just for one night.
just for one night. Well,
why Def Leppard entered my mind, I'm not too sure. You either like them or don't, but I like a few of their albums. But they did a gig because they're from
Sheffield.
Sheffield, thank you. And they did a special gig in the last 5 years. I can't remember, but it was it was a gig, and they said this ain't going to be the hits.
Yeah.
And they recorded it, and I'm pretty sure it was released. And I just went, because they know they've got to play, 18 to 21 songs. 10 of them they have to play. And so there's little room for it. And I love the Manics. And of course I love hearing Motorcycle Emptiness and Design for Life and, all the others they have to play. But stop playing Your Love Alone. But, it's... do one of these special gigs.
Yeah, I went to see Billy Joel years ago, and he said at the start of the gig, he said, "This isn't a greatest hits show."
That's great.
This is for
fans. He's
fans.
got so many deep cuts.
Yeah, he said this is for fans. This is deep cuts only. So he said he'll do I think he did 4 big singles.
Yeah,
but the rest was album tracks, and it was amazing because because you don't know where he's going.
Yeah,
you don't know what the next track is. Whereas when you go and see a band that plays 10 of their best or 10 of their biggest songs, you know where they're going.
Yeah.
thematically.
And look, the Manics used to always finish with Design for Life. I'm glad in the last few years they've stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Because, look, that song, I'll listen to the cows come home. Absolutely. It's such an amazing song because everyone sings it and it's different live. The band is right in front of you. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one day they'll stop. I don't want that to come.
Yeah.
Hey, look at the Rolling Stones. But the thing is, they have to keep playing some of the same songs to keep the fans happy. But yeah, it'd be good if they just did this one-off gig or whatever. Just a tour of, hey, we're not going to play the hits.
No,
do you like Billy Joel? Yeah, we'll play 3 or 4 that you all know.
Yeah.
Just play these deep cuts because I would love that. You know, look, when I was looking at Setlist FM, of course I was getting massive FOMO. Can't go to every gig, but there were some gigs recently, since 2018, that they were playing Forever Delayed, and I just went, no. I went, no. Of course, I was just getting, I missed out on that. So, which is one of their best songs ever. Let's be real. And it's just like, I wish I was at that gig. I know the good thing is they don't repeat the same set list every night. They do change things around. There's some staples that always remain, but there's some song, because this is kind of a forgotten album. And honestly, I looked at Setlist FM 2019. They played some tracks. After that, nothing. All International Blue. Nothing else after this album. Yeah. So, and that's how albums get forgotten.
I think it's up to us as the fans to reach out and say, look, next time let's have broken algorithms for a change. There's so much more they could, they could play off this album. Hold Me Like a Heaven is such a brilliant track because they can't rock out the whole time. James has to rest his voice, so play like Hold Me Like a Heaven, softer song, things like that. Sequels of A Forgotten War, of Forgotten Wars. Another great song. Get that cowbell in. Maybe when one of us wins the lottery, what we'll do is we'll hire Wembley.
Yes.
We'll hire it for 13 nights, or 12 nights, because we won't do Rewind the Film, and we'll get them to play each album.
I love that idea.
That's a really good idea. All right, okay. We're back. Maybe a little bit quicker next time because one of us isn't jet setting around the world. For the 14th album. I can't believe the quality has been maintained to this height. And we're at the cusp of the 14th album. It's an incredible track record they've got.
Oh, as I said, I'm glad to be schooled. I'm glad to be listening to this. I just consume so much music. It's not that I love the Manics, but it's just those latter day ones. It's just kind of waned a little bit. I always go back to my usual 5 or 6 and then listen to this. I do listen to the whole catalogue to be fair. But just this one just didn't get the love that it should.
But it's had plenty of love tonight.
Definitely.
And the listeners will all go away listen to it now with our critiques in their ears going, Jesus, you're so wrong, or Jesus, you're so right. Who knows?
Feel free to comment. It's fine.
Let us know. We won't cry, honest.
Yeah.
And we certainly won't be rude in response. Daz, as always, thank you, mate. It's good to have you back in the country. I'm glad you had a great break. Well deserved, and I will see you for the next one.
You bet. Absolutely. Can't wait.
Good man.